together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today, as we have a pretty full card today. We have NBA play-ins. We have a full card of MLB, and then we have a full card or 6 games in the NHL as we're wrapping up the regular season tomorrow. We have one game that matters today, maybe a game that matters tomorrow. So definitely something to keep an eye out for. But we'll quickly recap yesterday. Did not bet any of the playing games for the NBA. It was just MLB and NHL for me. The night started off really well. Didn't end great, but overall profitable day, up 2.5 units. Baseball was down 2.4 units though, so it was not a good day in Major League Baseball. With a 4 and 6 day in the MLB. Marlins team total over, never in doubt. Sacrifice fly in the 9th inning, cashes that ticket. Philly -1, Philly team total over, winner. They win 6-4 against the Giants. Yankees run line, got the job done as well. And then that was all the winning in the MLB for me. First 5 over in Cleveland, Baltimore, loser. First 5 under, full game under, Atlanta, Toronto, loser. Cubs team total over, loser. Chicago, Colorado first 5, Colorado full game, loser. So a down day in the NHL, in the MLB, but a really strong night in the NHL. Had 14 plays in the NHL, went 9-4-1. The double up on the overs in Boston, New Jersey, winner. That was 1-1 at the end of one, 5-4 in overtime for the Devils. They win that game there. Columbus -1 gets the job done. The double up on Chicago, Ottawa team overs over 1.5 first period, over 6 full game. That game finishes 4-3 overtime. The Blackhawks win again. Very, very interesting there. The Tampa Bay Lightning get the job done, a 5-1 win over the Florida Panthers. Unfortunately, the overs in the Islander game did not get their first period and full game over. I believe those were the only overs I lost from yesterday. Because the other overs won. It was 1-0 at the end of the first and 3-1 final. The Blues -1, they get the job done. They win 6-1 over the Utah Hockey Club. They are in the playoffs. They will be taking on the Winnipeg Jets in the first round. I'll definitely be interested in seeing what those odds are for the Blues to win that series, because I think they're very, very live to do that. Minnesota puck line loses. They win in overtime, though. They clinched their spot in the playoffs, pushed the Calgary -1. That went to a shootout. That would have a regulation win or an overtime shootout win did the Flames no good, but they did get the win there. So the -1 pushes there. And then the double up on overs to end the night was a winner on the Kings and the Kraken, 2-0 at the end of the first, 6-5 final. The Kraken do not get there, though. The even money play, no good there. But overall, a winning day, a really strong day in the NHL as I'm trying to work my way back to the black in the NHL. I don't think that's going to happen, though. But I will definitely have a decent amount of plays the last couple days of the regular season. Because I will be betting what feels like every game the rest of the way over the total, because it's just teams playing out the string and things along those lines. Let me get up my NHL record real quick, and my NBA record is 0-0 for the playoffs. So, but yeah, my NBA record did not finish up. I'm currently still down 12.24 units in the NHL, so not a good year in the NHL by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely better than it was halfway through the season, which I guess really doesn't say too much, though. So I'm going to quickly update my records here in this for the for the scroller there. NBA stays the same. NBA playoffs. Got to add that in there, which is 0 and 0. 0 units. Zero that out. The NHL has improved because the last time I updated this, I was down 16.68, and now it's 12.24. So we're improving there. It's not been a good year in the NHL, but it happens. And that is 12.24. So let's get the scroller on the bottom there with the records. We do have, and one more thing we have to recap before we get into the chat, before we get into the card, is the records for the baseball contest, which the link to the baseball contest is in the description down below. I am still leading the MLB contest. Lex Steele, though, in second place. Neil is in third. Neil, if you're watching, please put the odds in. I don't think you've had the odds in the last few plays. I've been just grading them as the odds that I got on some of those plays and what I saw for those plays. So keep that in mind. Please, please, please include the odds when you're giving in your plays for that. Coin still 3-1 up 2 units. Occupancy 8 and 7. Drewski 1-0. He put in play yesterday. 446 is scared is up 0.45. John Boy still 2 and 3. Destiny put in a play yesterday, lost 0-1 there. Craig Wood is down 1.83. Coyote down 2.68. Markel 0 and 3. Tim down 5.1 units. Ice down 7 units to 446. The person putting in plays underneath to 446. Down 7 units. Nicholas Handy down 15.77. Untouchable down 20.88. Robert Carlson down 21.3. So that's the updated standings there. We have about 2 weeks remaining in that contest before we will start the May contest. But we'll head over to the chat and then we'll get into today's games for this one. Here's the link for the MLB contests. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it. Sup, what's good, Addison? The winner of the bracket contest. So there you go. Your t-shirt is on the way. Have a good show, guys. What's good, ISX? Go Canes and Sharks. All right. I live bet the Wild 9-1. Wow, live with 2 minutes left. There you go. I want to forget last night. That's fair. Give me Tampa and 7 versus the Panthers. Love that look. I definitely do think that we see Tampa advance out of that series. Hate the Wild, yeah. They got the puck. They didn't get the puck line for me yesterday, so they're no good to me. I hope VGK will beat. I hope VGK beat the Wild because I'm going to Vegas for the second round. All right. Wild upset. I could definitely see. I've been saying this for a while though. I see chaos. Like I think, and I need to take a look at. And this probably be a little bit of a longer show, but who cares? Because I want to talk some NHL playoffs where I believe we have. I believe we have odds for the. That's the series. There we go. I'm seeing minus 190 for the Wild or for the Vegas Golden Knights. Wow, some of these I think that are big upset chances are not really. And wow, the Avalanche are slightly favored in that series. That's intriguing. The Wild are plus 160. I'll probably be on a little bit of them. Senators are plus 145. The Blues are plus 155. Carolina minus 245. I think they win that series. Probably won't lay that number. Lightning minus 105. Sign me up. The Oilers are minus 135. Sign me up. The Avalanche are minus 115. Probably sign me up. I feel like we're missing the series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. What series are we missing? That would and the Canadians and Capitals. Because it's not the Canadians yet because they still need to win tonight. But yeah. Let's see. Go A's, run it back. All right. Went 11 and 10 in the contest yesterday. Dumb LAA. Yeah. That's not the odds I'm seeing. I'm seeing Blues around plus 155. Where are you seeing plus 205? Please tell me where I need to bet that. Nick is cheating. Oh yeah, you know me. I'm definitely cheating. All my plays are posted and and give it out on the show. So yeah, VGK minus 250. There's what? Where the hell are you seeing these odds? Where are you seeing these odds? Because I will be all over the Wild and the Blues at these numbers. All over. I'm seeing plus 155, plus 160 range. Yeah. The contest is to the end of the season, right? It's month by month, actually. This one's the March, April contest. And then there's the May, June, July, August, September, October contest as well. So 7-6 yesterday. Not a bad day. Morning Bros was good, Fernando. NBA should go to a 16 playoff per conference. The Celtics are minus 6,000 versus the Magic. I saw that, and I put a post out on Twitter about that. Saying that I don't think why hockey is better than the NBA. I don't think the Winnipeg Jets, the President's Trophy winners, would be minus 6,000 versus the San Jose Sharks, the worst team in the league. Or pick your favorite. Pick your top team in the NHL. Let's just go with the betting favorite real quick. The betting favorite, the Dallas Stars, which somehow they're the Stanley Cup favorites, but they're not even favored in their own series. Make sense. I don't think the Dallas Stars would be minus 6,000 versus the versus the Sharks in the series. Nevertheless, 2 playoff teams. You have some good numbers, yeah. I'm moving up very slowly. There you go. CBJ/Caps. I can see that as well. What a lame game to go to. Yeah. I'm guessing you're on the Habs. I lean that way. I'll probably move on them just because I like betting teams with motivation. But yeah. FanDuel post. Okay. Fair. I woke up and bet Demidov. There you go. One should be for the whole season. We can go back and look at the full season numbers. It probably won't be a contest for the full season though. I like the month by month, but we can go back and I can give you I can give you who had the best seasons and stuff like that. Over like adding up the full records, but it wouldn't be for a prize. I could just tell you. I would just tell you which person had the best overall record for baseball this year. Are too many people on the Bulls? I need to look, honestly. Let's take a look real quick. I can get up that cash flow a little bit. 71% of tickets, 71% of the cash is on the Bulls, 68 and 63 on the money line, and then the 71 on the spread. So maybe a little bit. For the and long and line not moving. Yeah. I've seen a lot of love for the Bulls. I have a feeling I'm going to land on the Miami Heat. I think I might. I'm not sure yet. I haven't bet any NBA yet. Don't know if I will bet any NBA. But with that being said, I think the only way I can look in that game is the Heat. Baseball treating me so good. Put in contests. Put in the contest place then. We're going to be calculating out throughout the whole season. So, but yeah. Celtics minus 7,000 series on FanDuel. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Then add them up. Yeah. Is Tim coming? No, he's currently driving home. He's in the chat. He'll be in the chat today. He will not be on the show, though. If everyone is on the Bulls, it doesn't affect whether or not they win. This isn't rigged game here. Okay. Come on, victory. But yeah, we will get into today's card, though. We'll get started in Major League Baseball, where we have the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Atlanta Braves. We have the Braves minus 140 favorites on the road here, total of 7. We get a fun matchup here because, let me find it. Chris Bassett on the mound for the Blue Jays, and it'll be one of the top prospects for the Atlanta Braves, who's dominated Gwinnett so far this year. Spencer Strider will be on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. I believe when Spencer Strider was called up, he led AAA in strikeouts. So he's one of their top guys that they're expecting a lot out of after dominating the minor leagues. This is his first start of the year, so that's something to keep in mind. We don't know how far into the game he's going to go. Something else to keep in mind. Chris Bassett's been awesome this year. So far this year, he's made 3 starts. He's given up 1 earned run. He gave up 1 earned run in 5 2/3 against the Red Sox. He shut down the Mets for 6 2/3 innings pitched, and then he gave up 1 earned run on 8 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts against the Orioles. So he's looked great in all 3 of his starts. The lines moved slightly towards the Blue Jays. Line opened up in an 8 all the way down to a 7. So this line's moved a full run down. I'm not buying right away that Spencer Strider is just going to be awesome right away. I don't. And actually, neither did the betting markets. 58% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on them Toronto Blue Jays. 92% of the tickets, 90% of the cash on the over here as well. Do we just expect that Spencer Strider is going to show up and magically be good against major league hitters? And obviously, he very well could be. But I have a feeling that if you're betting the Braves today, you only like them first 5 rather than full game. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are even bigger favorites for the first 5. They are, let's take a look what the first 5 is. Minus 155 for the first 5. If you like the Braves, that would be the only way I'd look. The line open up at a 4, down to 3.5. So they're expecting, and the line, here's the thing though, the line's moving towards the Blue Jays. They're expecting Bassett to pitch well in this game. The question is, does Strider? And if Strider's your biggest question mark for an under, you're probably in a good spot to bet an under in this game. I believe is the roof going to be open in Toronto is one question as well. I don't know. It looks like 19-mile-an-hour winds blowing in towards first base, but the roof might not be open. Let me hit refresh on the bullpen, so we have updated. We have updated statuses on the bullpens here in the spot. I lean under in this game, but not after a full run line movement down. That's not something I'm interested in. I am interested. Am I buffering? There we go. I feel like this could be one of those spots where Strider doesn't look 100% right off the rip, and the Blue Jays can get to him. The Blue Jays yesterday threw Flaherty, Little, and Green, and Sandlin. Sandlin only threw 5 pitches though. Jacob Barnes will be available. Yimi Garcia will be available. Jeff Hoffman will be available. I kind of interested in the Blue Jays spot in this game. I think that Spencer Strider could be okay, but the bullpen after that is, I think, a little bit of a question. No, actually, it's fully rested, ready to go. Rafael Montero only threw 20 pitches. Palmer is available. Pierce Johnson's available. De Los Santos is available. Will be available. Lee will be available. Hernandez will be available, which is important because I don't think Strider's very far into this game. So the ultimate question is, how do you want to approach this game? It is Blue Jays or no bet for me. If I am betting a side game, it's under or nothing. Or over. Actually, at this point, I don't want the under at a 7. That is one thing. Is I don't like chasing a full run line movement down because with unders you have limited wiggle room to work with in general, and now you're asking for a little bit less wiggle room here. Do I get my day started with a Toronto Blue Jay money line? I get it. Strider's awesome. Maybe this is maybe. Let me take a look here. What is the team total over for them? 3.5 at plus money. This feels like a spot like now. It's actually it's not 6.5 like the other games with the Skeen spot and the DeGrom spot. This feels like a spot where you just take the Blue Jays and move on. With fading the stud on the road with a team that's a slight home dog. Yeah, I'm gonna actually move on. I'm gonna get my day started with the Blue Jays here in this one. I think this is a good spot. I think Bassett's pitching awesome. I want to back Bassett in this spot, and I think it'll take a start or 2 before Strider is his full self. And if he goes out there and shoves, so be it. But I think Bassett can match him for zeros in this game, and I think the Blue Jays win this one here in this spot. So I'll go ahead. Give me the Blue Jays here, plus 120 over on Bet365 in this game. Let's see. Can't tell me contest more than halfway through the month. We've been telling you, and we'll be calculating it through the entire season. But yeah, we've been telling you Blue Jays money line. Yeah, you're scared of a free contest. Yeah, but I didn't start betting baseball at the start of the month though either. Started like a week ago. That's fine. You don't. And at the end of the day, what's the harm of losing? It is what it is. Whatever. Not forced to bet every day. I'm gonna just do it now when there's no hockey. Fair. Sandy comeback player plus 550. Ooh, I want to take a look at, because I didn't get a chance to look at that deeper. I want to take a look at who other options are going to be. That's the main question for comeback player of the year. What book do you see this on? Because it's not on DraftKings. Let me go on Bet365 to see if let's see. Player. Is there player futures? Futures. Regular season awards. MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year. Here we go. Here's the problem. National League Comeback Player of the Year. Sandy's plus 450. Strider's plus 450. Jung Ho Lee is plus 450. Ronald Acuna Jr. My main worry for this is he gets traded to an American League team and he's competing with Trout and DeGrom and Torkelson on half a year. That's my main concern. If you think he stays in the National League or stays with the Marlins all year, that's probably not a bad bet. My main concern is he gets traded. Most people don't get every day. That's fair. It doesn't matter. Don't tell us how. Okay. I'd rather play Giddy triple-double than Bulls money line. That's a fair way to look at it. There. Yeah. I wait until every team has 10 to 15 games played before I bet any season, so now there's some data first. Fair. Chris Bassett, money line and over K's. Jays money line, love it. Blue Jays money line at 5 and 12 teams should not be favored. Yeah, that's a way to approach it as well. Victory, you said it was treating you well. Yeah. Let's get what's good. Stop Geo. So put in place. There you go. Yeah. Canes resting players and have everything to play for, yet that line is moving against them. That's really confusing. Really, really confusing. Here's the thing now. Is the line was moving against the Blues yesterday. Line after a while there was buyback against the Blue Jackets. So we'll see. Hit the like button, y'all. There you go. I just said I'm not ever entering a contest unless it's on the first of the month. Okay, sure. Okay. It's been moving back and forth since it opened. The Canes were even money, and then boom, minus 120. Yeah, that's a confusing game. Loser trades, the new 446, trash trades. I assume the books are very confident, very confused. Yeah, FanDuel is on. Okay, rebet also. Appreciate it. Now I kind of want to not enter the next month either. Just to okay. Spencer Strider, yeah, don't enter that. Fine. Morning Nick was good, untouchable. New 446, yeah. All the talk, no backing it up. Mid-content, and we haven't seen any of his Major League Baseball plays in the chat so far, so it is what it is. He could come in and brag, but we don't see it. So, yeah, it is what it is. Mid-contest day outside of Nerfies. Yeah. Are you happy? Oh, yeah, first Nerfie today. LOL. It wasn't my fault the Ducks couldn't finish the job. Yeah. LOL. Stung very much. Flames should have lost that game by all means last night, but they still won. So, yeah. There you go. Appreciate it. We'll move on. Detroit Tigers, Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers minus 140 home favorites, total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this spot. where we have Kyler Montero taking on Jose Quintana. This is a pitching change. I don't remember who it was supposed to be. Line open up 132, it's now 136. We have a move towards Milwaukee. Line open up in an 8 minus 115. It's down 8 at minus 125. Move towards the over here as well. We have 24% tickets, 54% cash on the Tigers. So the sharp money coming in on Detroit with the line moving against them. 80% tickets and 78% cash is on the over in this one here. We have Kyler Montero looks like making a spot start in this game. I forgot who it was supposed to be. But Montero, I don't think has pitched this year, or he has. It's been very limited. He has not pitched so far this season. He pitched last year. He appeared in 19 games, started 16 of them, went 6-6 with a 4.76 ERA, and 98 in the third innings pitched. He was part of that bullpen chaos for the Tigers. On the flip side, Jose Quintana on the other side made his Brewers debut in his last start and looked awesome against the Diamondbacks. 7 shutout innings, 4 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He just gets the job done. And looking at this spot for me, it's not a game I'm interested in. I don't know what to expect from Kyler Montero on the pitching side here, whether or not this is a bullpen game or whether or not this is they full there. As for the bullpens, Grant Anderson probably won't be available. Nick Mears 17 yesterday. Jared Koenig threw 15. Abner Uribe, but Hudson's rested, McGill is rested, Piams is rested. On the flip side, for the Tigers, here, let me load up because I didn't go on this. Their bullpen, they used Tyler Holton for 20 pitches and John Burbia for 19. That was it, though, out of their bullpen. So not a game I'm getting involved with. Small lean towards, I guess, the Brewer in the spot. Not when I have enough confidence to move on. I do like Quintana a little bit. Small move toward a small lean toward maybe in this game, but just a simple pass here for me. Let's see. I don't do this for bragging. I do this to keep wage slavery away. Then tell us what you're on. Tell us what you're on then. Give plays in the chat. Yippee, LOL. Yeah. You come in here every day just to brag you won. Never actually give picks. Betting not to be broke. Smart. Hey, shout out to who? Mac Jones with the $2 dono. Appreciate it. Appreciate it there for that. Blues and Reg was never in doubt. Also scored Washington money line / St. Louis puck line homer 2-teamer. There you go. Mac Jones. Yes. Very excited to play the Jets in the first round. Yes. And you best believe I am going to be on the St. Louis Blues in that series. I am. I very much am. But yeah, we'll keep going. Tigers and the over. Yeah, I mean, I could see this as I could see the Tigers getting the job done in this game, but not what I'm getting involved with. Under 8, Hellebuck, revenge against Benny over the the Four Nations. I did get Blue Jays money line. All right. Absolutely not. ISX, run it back. 2019. I just give picks every day that I come on here. Yeah. Just watch this. Okay. Berube runs it back. Oh, my old Coyote so mad. He just wants more people to compete against because a lot of people come in, talk shit, and don't put in plays. And it's annoying because we want the contest to be fun, competitive, and when half the people who come in and give plays into the chat don't put them into the contest, it's not as fun. But we'll move on. Houston Astros and the St. Louis Cardinals. The Astros opened up -103. It's now -102. Did get up to a -110 when I typed up these lines. Line opened up at an 8 at 8.5 -110. It's now 8.5 at even money. So move towards the under here as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow. 46% of the tickets and 54% of cash on the Astros. The line had moved slightly towards them. And then this line, then we have 86% of tickets and 92% of cash is on the over in this one as well. Taking a look at the pitching matchup, we have Ronald Blanco versus Steven Matz here. Blanco has kind of struggled to start the year, and he was somebody I had circled for negative regression this year because I think he overpitched last year and he overachieved last year. I mean, he had the 2.80 ERA out of nowhere in 30 games when in 167 and third innings pitched, when previous to that he'd been throwing in the fours. He, in his last start, went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts against the Angels. He got hit up a little bit against the Minnesota Twins for 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and only an inning and 2/3. And he got hit a little bit against the Giants, 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched. I don't know if he's particularly a pitcher I want to trust. On the flip side, Steven Matz, he's not, all things considered. Granted, he's been more bullpen arm, but he did go 4 innings against the Twins, but since then he's gone 3 innings, 1 1/3, 1 and 2 1/3. So don't know how much we're actually going to be getting out of Steven Matz. He last pitched on April the 12th, so he's pitching on short rest, which tells me this is a little bit of a bullpen game for the Cardinals, which looking at the way the bullpen shapes up, actually is pretty fine. Kyle Leahy threw 26 pitches yesterday. Other than that, Fernandez, Maton, Romero, Helsley, and King all had the day off. So maybe that sets up the Cardinals fine for today's game. And maybe the Cardinals will be fine with the bullpen game. The Astros, their bullpen looking like looking okay-ish. Brian King threw 15 yesterday, Hader threw 10, and Abreu threw 19. Sousa will be available, Scott will be available, Van Way will be available, and O'Kirk will be available. Maybe Hader's available. He's not pitching on back-to-back days, and same with Brian King, but no guarantees that they are. So it's a tough spot here in this game. I think there probably is a little bit of value on Houston in this game. If I had to take a side, it would be Astros or no bet, just with the way the line is going here. But not enough for me to go ahead and pull the trigger. So very, very light start to my card. Only the play on the Blue Jays to get it for the early games. But I believe we have one more early game. No, the only other early game is Mets Twins, which we don't have a line right now because Griffin Canning was scratched and we don't have a starting pitcher for the New York Mets. So unfortunately, we won't be able to talk Mets Twins today just because there's no line because, we do have a line, or we do have a pitching matchup here. It'll be a bullpen game for the Mets. So let me go ahead and type that in. New York Mets at Minnesota Twins. Twins are minus 115 with a total of, where is this total? 8. Total of 8 in that game. So we will be able to touch on the Mets game with that last 1 o'clock game there. But no play here for me. Just a small lean towards Astros for me. Berube might get stunned by either Canadian team. It's only the Sens in the playoffs after the Habs lose in reg. Woo. All right. Indians over 80.5 wins, minus 117. Love that. I still can't believe that's the number for them. I know, not really. Just, CBJ still has to win in regulation against the Islanders, which the Islanders are just going through the motions at this point. So they should. Added future from yesterday. Yep. Who's winning the cup? Oh, he's asking Isaacs. I was going to say, I have the Avalanche over the Lightning. That'll be my cup pick. Cardinals first 5. Don't feel too great about it, though. All right. Pass. I would like the Leafs now to win, LOL, but no prediction. I think the Senators bounce them. I'm going to be on the Senators in that series, personally. But we'll move on. the Minnesota Twins taking on the New York Mets. The Twins minus 115 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this game here. It opened up with them looks like it opened up at a minus 115 because it was minus 110 for the Mets, but then Griffin Canning got scratched, and then it's flipped to minus 115 for the Twins. It's now up to a 117. Line opened up at a 8, and it's really stayed there. It opened up in an 8.5, but then the scratch it went down to an 8. So kind of 66%, 76% of the cash on the Mets, but how much is that? How much of that was with Griffin Canning starting was the question, and 77 and 86 on the over. Not really much we can go off of, I think, with the markets here in this spot. We have Brazoban getting the opening duty for the Mets. He'll go the first couple innings versus David Festa, who made his first start of the season. The last game looked good. 4 and 2 innings pitched. 1 earned, though. 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Brazoban has been a very nice addition to the Mets bullpen so far this year, and he's made a few appearances to date. This is his first game starting now. He has appeared in 7 games. He has a 2.9 ERA and 11 third innings pitched, and 2 walks. So he's been really strong to start the year. Brazoban, and take a look at the Mets bullpen because this is very important. Also, the Mets have a day off tomorrow before they, I believe. So let's take a look at their bullpen. Kranick threw yesterday. So did Danny Young. Minter's available. Buto's available. So my guess is this is probably Brazoban for 2. Buto for 3 to 4, and then Stanek, Minter, Diaz, if all goes to plan. So the Mets have a bullpen game and plan, but with that being said, I don't think it's something wrong. And I thought people were saying for the Mets immediately interested in the Twins. And maybe this is Mets money line because I really do trust the Mets bullpen in this game. And I would play them full game rather than first 5. And I'm getting +1 Mets here over on BetMGM in this game. Take a shot with them here with the bullpen game. I like Brazoban. I'm going to say it's going to be Brazoban, Buto, then Garrett Minter Diaz or Stanek Diaz or Stanek Minter Diaz. So I think the Mets have their bullpen set up perfectly for this game. I'll take a shot with them here. I don't bet them very often, but I think this is a decent spot for them. I get it. The market may not like him as much, but the question is how much of the market was when Griffin Canning was projected to pitch. So I'll go ahead. I'll take the Mets in this game at +105 over on BetMGM. Let's see. Mets bullpen has been great. I like the Mets a lot today. There you go. Sandy Alcantara, NL Comeback Player of the Year, +450. Good luck. What about the over 8? I don't know. I don't know about the over 8. I lean under. I lean under in Mets games though. That's just until the offense picks up and the bullpen and the pitching regresses. It's unders in Mets games. Something small might add some more cash flow later. There you go. Yeah, I can't do futures. 0 patience. Fair. I thought the Leafs. I thought the Leafs win the cup. Also, wow. I do not. I'm very anti-Leafs, but that's just my annual tradition of fading the Leafs in the playoffs because they are mental midgets. So maybe if they prove me wrong, I'll be a little bit more interested in them. But until then, you fade them in the playoffs. Very simple. What's it like? 13-1, something along those lines. Lagging, Nick. Yeah, I know. I'm lagging at times. It happens. It's just the way the laptop is. Leafs beat VGK in the cup. Gonna be crazy when neither of them make it out of the first round, though. Twins run line. Mets money line. Yes. Mets is a sorry ass team. Interesting. Mets money line. So my Mets under is cooked. Did you list pitchers? I like Brazoban. Yeah, he's been good. Fading the Twins every day would have been gold right now. Yeah. Unfortunately, we've been on the wrong side of them a few times. Leafs eliminated in the first round. I like the sound of that. Yeah. I'd rather take the Canadians and draw against a cruise control overrated road Canes. I could see that. Har. Yeah. Youngins want to play for real. No. All right. Maybe. We'll move on. The San Diego Padres taking on the Chicago Cubs. The Padres minus 120 favorites, total of 7.5 in this game. The Padres were handed their first home loss yesterday. They're now, 11-1 now. So they're just fine. Line opened up at a 125. It's now 118. Line opened up at an 8, minus 115. It's now 7.5 at minus 115. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Cubbies in this game here. Taking a look at the cash flow. Wow. Big sharp money on the Cubs here. 29% of the tickets and 70% of the cash on them. I really like this Cubs team. I do. Or the more and more I see them, the more and more I'm interested in this Cubs team. It's 91% of tickets, 87% of the cash on the over here as well. The line's dropping. I like Matthew Boyd. I think more than anything, I like Matthew Boyd, which we're getting him versus Pivetta in this game. I think Pivetta could be good. And both these pitchers have basically identical numbers, a 1.59 ERA. That's kind of crazy. The Pivetta is coming in off of a really solid start where he went 7 innings, gave up no earned runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts. It was against the Rockies, but yeah. He did face this Cubs team, gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 3 innings pitched in Chicago in his last start, though. So this Cubs team did hit him hard not too long ago. On the flip side, Matt Boyd, did he dodge the Padres in his last? No, he did not. He has faced the Dodgers since, but he dominated against the Padres at home. No earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 6 innings, 5 strikeouts. Then he went up against the Dodgers, gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. All 3 of those runs were in the 6th inning. I remember cashing a first 5+1 with them in that game. Taking a look at the bullpen situation here, the Padres went through a lot of bullpen yesterday. Jason Adams thrown back-to-back days. Adrian Morejon's thrown back-to-back days. Robert Suarez threw 22. Yuki Matsui threw 15. Jeremiah Estrada threw 12. Alex Jacob will be available. Wandy Peralta will be available. Probably Matsui and Estrada could be as well. But Morejon won't be. Adam won't be. Who knows about Robert Suarez after throwing 22 pitches last night? So not a good spot for the bullpen there. And really not either for the Cubs too. Granted, they've had nobody throw back to back, but Merriweather threw 13, Thibar threw 10, Hodge threw 10, Presley threw 16, Palencia threw 15. So a lot of bullpen was used yesterday. I want to cut the bullpen out of this game. And even with the tax bullpen for the Padres, I don't trust this Cubs bullpen. That's the one problem that the Cubs have to address at the trade deadline is their bullpen. And let me quickly take a look at what the first 5 has done. Because you give me Pivetta versus Boyd, I'm taking Boyd all day long, personally, especially at a dog price. Let me take a look what the first 5 is here in this game. It looks like it opened up 135. It's down to a 120. So, yeah, we do move towards the Cubs in the first 5 here. That's where I'm going to go in this game. Cubs first 5. Cubs first 5 plus 105 here over on Bet365. I'm going to lock that in real quick here. So, yeah, Cubbies first 5 in this spot for me. I like this. I like this opportunity in this spot for the Cubbies. Early, I want to back Matthew Boyd. Not that I want to fade Pivetta, but I definitely think that the pitching edge is with the Cubbies early in this game. So that's where I'll go here. First 5 money line with the Cubbies plus 105 in this game. First 5. Let me go ahead and see. First 5 innings money line. Chicago Cubs plus 105. Cool. We'll head back to the chat. And then we'll move on to the next one. The Twins suck. Yeah. When's the NHL playoffs? Saturday. They start on Saturday, like a week. Yes, no, a couple days. Saturday. It's going to be fun. Blues defeat Capitals is my Homer Stanley Cup bracket thing. I think the Blues can make it. They would play. That's not the Western Conference Finals I wanted. I wanted Avalanche and Blues in the Western Conference Finals. They'd meet in the second round now because the Blues got that path. It would be I think the Western Conference Finals will be Avalanche and Oilers, and from the Eastern Conference it'll be Lightning and Hurricanes, with the Lightning beating the Hurricanes, the Avalanche beating the Oilers, and the Avalanche beating the Lightning. Pass. That would be fun, to be honest. I don't want to see the Capitals anywhere near the Stanley Cup Finals. Lean under. Cubs first size small, but I think might be where you have a smart. Yeah. Yep. I come here and the Blues sound so public. I'm guessing they are definitely not this public. No. We are at Earle Sports Bets. We are just a big St. Louis Blues podcast. Or that's what we are. We're pro St. Louis here for hockey. I haven't bet NHL in like 3 months. Well, welcome back when the playoffs start. I really hope the Leafs series goes 7. Nothing said. Playoff Toronto meltdown like a Game 7 choke. Yeah. Which I want to take a look what that prop would be over on DraftKings for the Maple Leafs to beat the Senators, or for the Senators to beat the Maple Leafs in 7 games. Series correct score. Senators 4. There you go. Senators 4. Maple Leafs 3. Correct score plus 650 on DraftKings. There you go. Tim, what do you have in the NBA games today? Yeah. New Elite Leafs. We'll see. Blues are not public. It'll be Winnipeg, VGK, Colorado win in the West. Just my opinion on who the public thinks comes out of the West. Maybe. I know the public will love the Dallas Stars as a slight pick'em dog. We need Tim to show his records. I don't have his records personally. But yeah, we definitely need that. St. Louis and Edmonton are probably dark horse teams. I don't know how much Edmonton you can say is really a dark horse. I don't think you can really claim that they're a dark horse personally, just because they literally made the Stanley Cup Finals last year. So how much of a dark horse are they? Not really liking this card that much. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Cubs team total over. I could see that. I could see that. Only you, Nick. Only me, what? Facts. Sounds like a political show for the Blues. Hey, the Blues have been one of my more profitable teams in the NHL over the last few years, so it's easy for me to like them. When a team makes me money, it's very easy for me to like a team. So, Jordan Binnington's also a friend of the ESB show. Yeah, totally. Missed your response. So my Mets under is cooked right. Do you have it listed? I mean, even then, I don't mind. I don't mind the under in the Mets game because I do like the bullpen. The question is, did you list your pitchers? It's not happening. Leafs win in 5 or 6. I will believe it when I see it. Supness, what's good, Alex? NBA Bulls money line and Mavs over 2. The more and more I'm looking at it, the more and more I don't like the Bulls. I don't. Just not betting it. I come here. It sounds. Yeah, I get that. But now I know it's not. No, yeah, it's just we're a pro Blues podcast. With the amount of money they've made. I'll be back for the playoffs. NBA, I might. We need the shirt soon. Yes. Definitely. I need to create the shirts. I do. I need to get on Photoshop and work on those for say. For damn sure, LOL. I like the Avs to beat the Stars. Jets destroy the Blues. Kings a miracle win. Wild to upset. I like the Avs. I don't like the Jets. I don't like the Kings. I lean Wild. Let's see. What I really can't wait for is Winter Classic. All right. Only you not liking the Caps. Yeah, I'm also yeah. I mean, I'm also not very high on the Caps. I'm just not. Contest standings. You are in, what was it? You're in second. You're 18 and 13, up 6.18 units. The only person you're behind is moi. 87. I'm 87, 71 and 8, up 11.99. Neil is up 2.6. Coin is up 2. Occupancy, Drewski are up 1 unit. So there you go. Was up 11 units in the Four Nations. Love it. Mile, they're getting whacked in 5. Woo. I don't see the Vegas Golden Knights winning in 5. I think if Vegas wins, it's in 6 or 7. I do think the Wild, fully healthy, are very competitive in that series. Fully healthy. I'll look Blues who they play. Winnipeg. Make polls and have some form, have a form so people can put in ideas. Yeah. For t-shirts or for yeah. Oh yeah. Let me quickly do that. We're gonna have a second Google form here, where we are going to put in t-shirt ideas. Yes. And I will put it in the chat. See what people come up with here. ESB t-shirt ideas. Name. Obviously, I always ask for name. And what t-shirt design you want? Question mark. And we'll put that as a paragraph response. There we go. That's published. Let's go ahead. Just so people get the t-shirts that they want. So let's copy that. Cool. This is the t-shirt link. There you go. T-shirt link. If you got to come up with ideas that you would want to see ESB to use for t-shirts. I know for a fact no team should be minus 300 is going to be one of them. Never in doubt probably is another one. I don't know what else would be. Leafs versus Habs ESB bet, maybe a TikTok dance bet. Well, here's the thing: the Leafs are not going to play the Habs. The Leafs will play the Sens. So that wouldn't work. It's going to be Senators Maple Leafs, not Canadiens Maple Leafs. The Canadiens would be playing the Capitals in the playoffs. I have Edmonton in 7. St. Louis and Colorado win their series in 6. Yeah, I think I can definitely get on board with Colorado in 6. I can definitely get on board with, and I see Edmonton in 7 as well, mainly because I think that they can steal one game in LA, and I don't see LA getting a game in Edmonton. Not the Winter Classics, you know what I mean? The 2020s. Yeah, I was gonna say I was kind of curious about that. See. Yeesh. Yeah. I like Blues in that series. Yes, t-shirts. Yes. I put the t-shirt link in there for t-shirt ideas. T-shirt ideas. We already have 2 responses. Winner chicken dinner. Hashtag stop fish fade with the Marlins logo. That's good. That's a good one. Coyote. I like that. Winner chicken dinner from Markel. All right. Let's keep going. Yeah, there's the t-shirt link. Yeah, I went underdog pretty much in hockey for the West, chalk in the East, and there's no way. There's no way, and so no, there's no way. So and so should be a design. NY teams, no, not gonna happen. Just put, yeah, winner, chicken dinner. I could see that. My bad. Leafs versus Sens bet. Sure. Yeah. I'll give me the Senators in there. I'm totally cool with that. I will gladly fade there. Winner, chicken dinner is copyrighted. Damn. I don't bet futures. There you go. W Tim. Markel. I can't agree with you more with you. From pub. Oh, it's already copyrighted. Damn it, my bad. Don't want you guys to go to jail. Yeah, no, you're all good. You're all good. That and it'll be fun to come up with different designs. We'll move on though. The Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians. We have the Orioles minus 125 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Gavin Williams versus Dean Kramer in this game here. Line opened up on a 130. It's now 123. Line movement towards the under in this game. Line opened up 8.5. It's down to an 8. Still, I am going to go back to a first 5 over in this game. We lost with it yesterday, but it's been really I believe it's 9-3-1 this year, the first 5 overs in Baltimore games. So they've been doing really well. 95% of tickets, 95% of cash is on the over in this game. 55% of tickets, 85% of cash is on the Orioles, and the line's moving towards the Guardians. I do have an interest in the Guardians in this game as well as the first 5 over. I am no fan of Dean Kramer whatsoever, and I've made my voice heard on that there. I think that he is a pitcher that is not one I would like to back. However, he's had 3 road starts so far. That's one thing that does give me a little bit of pause. He's been bad, but he's been bad on the road. 5 earned runs against the Blue Jays in 5 1/3. 2 earned runs against the Royals. He was better in that game in 4 1/3 though, and then 6 earned runs against the Diamondbacks in 4 2/3. I just don't think he is a bet on pitcher, and I know a lot of people will like the first home start and stuff like that. I like that with better pitchers. Dean Kramer is not one of them. Gavin Williams, on the other hand, he's coming in off of a nice game against the Chicago White Sox, though. 1 earned run on 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 5 1/3. I am going to be on the first 5 over in this game because that's just what I've been betting in Oriole games. I am interested in the Guardians on the full game, though, for a full game bet here in this one. And these are 2 teams with the bullpens that I'm not interested in a full game over with. Manuel Clase threw 14 yesterday. He should be available. Cade Smith threw 23. Concealer threw 16. But other than that, McKenzie, Herring, Gaddis, Junis should all be available for today, and probably Clase as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the first 5 over in this game, but I'm also going to take Cleveland in this spot. I don't think that I'm not a believer in this Orioles team by any stretch of the imagination. I think they are overrated. I think they are a good bet against this year. I have bet on them a couple games, but not very often. The first 5 over is 4.5 at plus 105, and I'm going to take the Guardians full game money line at plus 110 over on Fanatics as well. So let me go ahead and lock those in real quick. So yes, I'm going to double up on this game here. Cleveland money line, and then the first 5 over here in this one at plus 110 for the money line and plus 105 for the first 5 over in this game. So that's where we're going in this one here. Let me go ahead and lock those in real quick with the first 5 over and Cleveland money line. All right, we'll head back to the chat here. Go Tim. LMAO, I love seeing the O's look like trash. Yeah. Happy Gavin Williams Day. Nerfy. Yeah. Moved on it over 8.5 plus 104. Gavin Williams was pretty bad last year, and his stats are looking like a collapse waiting to happen. He was injured last year. That was my main concern with him, is that it was more health-wise because he was coming back from an injury rather than like actually struggling. Yeah, he did struggle, but I think it was mainly because he was trying to recover. So I do expect better from Williams this year. And I think that the Guardians do most of the scoring for this first 5 over. I just don't trust this Orioles team whatsoever. But yeah, I disagree on Gavin though. Yeah, first 5 over. I want the Guardians, but I should have grabbed them yesterday. Yeah, fair. Cleveland first 5 and Cleveland team total over. I can definitely see that for sure. That's a -130 for 3.5. Interesting. So I'm staying off. Indians AL Central winner 4-1. I'm on that as well. I think I got 3-1. I got a little bit worse there, but yeah. Guardians in the over. Indians over. Yeah. I'm very on. Not very high on them, but I'm on the same page there with you. Gavin Williams wasn't fully healthy. No, he wasn't. O's got away with bad pitchers last year, but reality making them pay this year. There's a reason I'm on the Orioles to miss the playoffs at +165. I'm higher on him this year, but passing this game. That's fair. Yes. Yeah. We'll move on. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Washington Nationals. It's a pick'em, total 8.5 in this game. It was a 3-0 win for the Nationals yesterday. It's going to be Mitchell Parker taking on Bailey Falter. Line opened up 115 down to a 103 for the Pirates. So the lines moved towards Washington in this game. Line opened up 8.5 -115. It's now 8.5 +103. Wow. Telling us Mitchell Parker pitches well in this game. And the Nationals win another low-scoring game. 64% tickets, 80% of cash on the Nationals. The line's moving towards them. So looks like the Nationals are a lean in this one here for me. Probably not what I'm going to get involved with. And then 92% tickets, 91% cash on the over. The markets say Mitchell Parker pitches well. The question is, can we trust Bailey Falter? Because we need 2 to tango for an under in this game. And the question is Bailey Falter going to do that? He's coming in off of a couple rough starts. He gave up 3 earned runs on 3 hits, 5 walks in 4 innings in 5 innings pitched against the Reds. He gave up 7 earned runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts in 4 innings against the Yankees as well. So he's kind of struggled a little bit this year. And he was okay against the Marlins in his first start, 2 earned runs in 6 innings pitched. Mitchell Parker has looked pretty decent so far this year. He has a 2 ERA, 2 starts, gave up 1 earned run against the Diamondbacks in 6 innings pitched. He shut out the Phillies in 6 1/3. So I do think Mitchell Parker continued to pitch well in this game. I just don't know if we can trust Bailey Falter with pitching well in this game. But the market's telling me that the under is the lean here as well, and that's going to keep me off of an over in this game. So then it's Nationals or it's no bet. And I kind of do lean Washington in this game. Pittsburgh used Borecki, Nicholas, and Maeza yesterday, 17, 19, and 17 pitches there. The Nationals only used Finnegan and Furrier, 19 and 15. So Cole Henry will be available. Colin Poche will be available. Probably Finnegan could be available again, and maybe the same with Furrier. Lucas Sims will be available. Jorge Lopez will be available. So it looks like they have a decently full bullpen. It's Nationals or no bet for me. I just don't think I'm going to get involved with it here. So it's just a small side, a small lean towards the Natties in this game, but not one I'm getting involved with. Let's see. Yeah, I'm high on them for the AL Central. Me too. I think they win the AL Central again. Yeah, another Nerfy and Washington first 5. I can't do a full game. No, it'd be Nationals first 5 or nothing. Nationals money line. Nationals game under. All right. Montreal's +110 now. I don't know how to approach that game. I really don't. He can falter after the first. Yeah. Just need a good game against a mid-Nats team. I'll trust it. Nats -1. Going for a little bit of a score there. Pirates money line. 12.8 mile an hour winds to the outfield in this National game. Definitely no under. Nats worst bull. Yeah, I can't trust the Nationals for an under. I'm well aware of that. Pass. I might get on Twitter, yes, to start sharing my plays soon. There you go. Let me know. I'll give you a follow. Nats team total over 4.5. 446 really gone shows he's the snowflake. Yeah. Even though he still put a bunch of comments on our live stream yesterday after the fact. Stick to hockey, Robert. There you go. Probably hurting myself. Nats first 5 small. That'd be the only way I would look at the Nationals. If Dobe starts, I'll be very concerned about the Canes. At this point, do we just turn around and take the Canes? I don't know. Because they want to be playing well heading into the playoffs. I also have Carolina under 100.5 points, so I need them to only get 1 point in the last 2 games in order to cash that, which my futures have been god awful. So that's been fun. Even with the 11-1 cash on the Blues, my preseason action was pretty bad. Just anything that could go wrong did go wrong, but that's beyond the point. We'll move on. Diamondbacks Marlins -140 for the Diamondbacks, total of 8.5. Brandon Pfaadt taking on Max Meyer. Max Meyer is a really good pitcher here that I think has potential. Line opened up 150 for the Diamondbacks. It's down to a 138, so we do a move towards the fish in this game. Line opened up at an 8, now an 8.5. So once again, line move towards the fish in the over. 81% of tickets and 88% of cash is on the Diamondbacks, and the line's moving towards Miami. 93% of tickets, 93% of cash is on the over here as well. One thing I was wrong about in the offseason, Miami's offense doesn't look god-awful. So that's something. Yesterday, their bullpen, only George Soriano threw 47 pitches. Luke Basher threw 14. So their bullpen looks pretty fresh, ready to go. Because they really just had one bulk guy eat up all the innings. The Diamondbacks do Joe Mantiply, Bryce Jarvis, and Shelby Miller. Their bullpen's pretty fresh, ready to go as well. This line move towards the over and towards the fish tells me that we see Brandon Pfaadt a little vulnerable in this game. Now, how do we approach that in this one here? Brandon Pfaadt coming in off of a very nice start. He threw 6 shutout innings against the Orioles, giving up no earned runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched. Taking a look at the opposite side, Max Meyer is coming in off of a great start, where he went and he shut down the Mets. I remember because I had the under. I think he had no hits or so. He left the game 2 hits, 2 walks, no earned runs, 4 hits, 6 in the 3rd innings pitch. Looked great. This line move towards the over is interesting. It tells me that Brandon Pfaadt, I think, is the more vulnerable pitcher in this game. And if that's the case, do we just go back to a Marlins team total over? Because this was a Marlins team that they're hitting right now. I don't think it continues, but I think they can continue hitting for a little bit until we see really otherwise. I was wrong about this Marlins team. They're not terrible. And maybe regression's coming their way. I would bet on probably regression coming their way. But until then, -120 for the team total over 3.5. I'm gonna take a shot with this here in this game with Miami team total over 3.5. I think that they can get to Brandon Pfaadt, and that's exactly what the markets are telling me, is that he's vulnerable in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the Marlins team total over 3.5 in this game. At -120 over on Bovada in this one here. And I'm going to quickly take 2 minutes. I'm going to go get some water because I forgot to do that pre-show. And then I'll be right back with heading back to the chat. So just give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go get a drink real quick because I forgot to fill up my water before the show. And we're an hour and 9 minutes in and my throat does not like that. So give me 2 seconds. No. Appreciate the patience there. Appreciate it. Got my water. Let's take a look. Never mind. Monty confirmed. Yeah. Hashtag stop fish fade. Yep. The way to approach Habs is, do the Canes play spoilers? Yeah. That's the ultimate question, is do they play spoilers? D-backs over 8. D-backs team total over. Yeah, I could see the D-backs definitely contributing to an over here in this spot. I do lean more towards the over in this spot there. Pirates to have the worst record might be a good shot. Unfortunately, the Rockies exist. I think that's their biggest threat, is the Rockies for that that title, that glorious title there would be the Rockies being just terrible. Hi, Nick. How are you? What's good, Brad? What's good, Brad? What's the price? Give me 2 seconds. I can look it up. ML on DraftKings here. Let me look it up. Futures. Where's futures? Playoffs seats. No. It'd be under team wins. Worst record. Rockies are minus 155. The White Sox are minus 105. The Marlins are plus 750. The Pirates are 28-1. Nationals 35-1, along with the Athletics. The Braves are top 8 odds for the worst record in baseball. With a tie with the Angels. That's crazy. Who would have thought? The teams with what is that, 1,000-1 odds or higher, or all of them are 1,000-1 to have the worst record in baseball. The Rangers, Padres, Phillies, Mets, Yankees, Dodgers, Astros, Cubs, and Diamondbacks. So, well, Marlins team total over. Yeah, I'm on that. No lean, but first 5 under. No bet, but lean first 5 under. Fair. Marlins team total over 3.5. Yeah. I wanted Miami money line, but this sounds better. Yeah. I feel like USA Canada again for Habs versus Habs CBJ playoff race. Fair. Silence is so nice. You're hilarious. Is it really a race? Yeah. Although the Caps tank, so they face the Jackets. Goudreau not going to power the Blue Jays to the playoffs, or the Blue Jackets to the playoffs. If you had it, okay. I do have a girlfriend. I do. I've been dating her for over a year, but okay. Timmy needs to do cameo. Yeah. Maybe. Habs should have locked it down 2 games ago. Right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. CBJ will get a tremendous adrenaline rush to be in the playoffs and beat the Caps in 7 games. Oh, I'm going to take a shot here with the Blue Jackets if they make the playoffs. Absolutely, I am. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, I am. Astros shut out St. Louis yesterday. Did you take the Astros? I did not bet anything in this game. I did not bet anything for it. That's on them. Yeah. Sounds like 2018 to me if you say Jackets, Caps in 6. Any thoughts for Astros in St. Louis this afternoon? I had a small lead towards the Astros. Didn't bet it, though. We both do. IceX is convinced the Jackets are making the playoffs. And they very well could. Because here's the thing. If the Hurricanes win tonight, I'm absolutely betting the Jackets tomorrow. Absolutely betting the Jackets tomorrow, and they will make the playoffs. I think the toughest thing for the Blue Jackets to make the playoffs right now is Montreal losing tonight. I think if Montreal loses tonight, Columbus is the best bet on the board tomorrow. Absolutely. We'll move on, though. Seattle Mariners and the Cincinnati Reds -120 for the Mariners, total of 8.5. Taking a look at the matchup here. Bryce Miller taking on Nick Martinez. Line opened up -102 for the Mariners. It's now -118. Line opened up at a 9. It's down to an 8.5. It was juiced towards the under. Now it's juiced towards the over, though. So it looks like just a transferring of the juice down half a run. 92% tickets, 92% cash on the over in this game. 56% of tickets and 54% of cash is on the Mariners. It makes sense that the line's moving towards the Mariners. Nick Martinez, not off to the greatest of starts this year. He's pitched twice on the road. And he's faced the Giants in 2 of his 3 starts, and he's gotten hit by the Giants both times. 5 2/3. The last meeting against the Giants gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. He sandwiched the 2 Giant starts with the Brewers, where he gave up 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 2/3, 2 strikeouts. So it's just Nick Martinez has just not been nearly as good this year as he was last year, where he was pitching a 3.1 ERA. He took his his offer. Kind of coasted ever since. On the flip side, Miller, who has kind of struggled a little bit this year, has a 4.5 ERA. I'm surprised this total is going down. And this is generally where I liked unders last year. A decent total, necessarily consider under pitchers. Bryce Miller's been pretty good, though. He was good last year. He's made 3 starts so far this year, and he's gone 5 1/3 and 5 2/3. He gave up 1 earned run against the Rangers in the 5 innings. He gave up 4 earned runs in 5 1/3 against the Giants. He gave up 3 earned runs in 5 2/3 against the A's. So he's been going down a third of an inning every appearance, because he started off the year at the 5 2/3, went down to 5 and went down to 5. This feels like an under to me. I know a lot of people are not going to like that because it's 2 pitchers. They see CRA and a 4 ERA, granted very early in the season, and they're like, "Oh, this game's got to go over, right?" I feel like when you look at totals in Great American Ballpark that are like 8.5, or generally they're unders. That's one thing to consider as well, because it's a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. Wind is blowing out, but no more than it's never going to be more than 7 miles an hour. So that's definitely not anything I'm particularly worried about when it comes to hitter-friendly weather. And you give me a 9 here in this game, potentially. I'll look at an under here. I want to take a look at the bullpens real quick. The Mariners, they threw Santos, Schneider, and Legumina yesterday. Munoz will be available. Spires, Thornton, Vargas, Barroso will all be available. On the flip side for the Reds, they did use a decent amount of bullpen yesterday. Pagan, Barlow, Ashcraft, Santillan, and Diaz all threw yesterday. Maybe this is just first 5. Maybe it's both these pitchers come out. Can I get a 5 in this first 5 for a total here? I don't think so. It'll be a 4.5 with 8.5, maybe a 5 with a 9. It looks like nope. It's 4.5 across the board. All right. I'll go ahead and I'll take first 5 under 4.5 here at -105 here in this spot. I do think that this is one of those games where we see 2 pitchers with not the greatest of ERAs come out here and pitch okay. And I know a lot of people expect runs because they just simply look at the ERAs of these pitchers and be like, "Oh, they're going to give up runs," and then it's not the case. So for me, it's a first 5 under in this game. I like my boy Nick Martinez. He's part of rotation. How much longer he's on rotation, I don't know. But with that being said, first 5 under here for me. First 5 under 4.5 at -105. There we go. We will head back to the chat. Let's see. LOI, I think some forgot about Earls versus Girls videos. Yeah. If you like the Canes tonight, should be just bet CBJ to make the playoffs. Absolutely. If you like the Carolina Hurricanes in regulation tonight, You bet the Blue Jackets to make the playoffs. Absolutely you do. Yeah. Why not? Because let's just take a look with real quick. Because you want TJ to make the playoffs. Okay. If and you think who do you call it? And you like that. So do we have to make playoffs futures? No, we do not. Not on what do you call it? DraftKings. What about Bet365? Do we have to make playoffs for NHL? It would only be Canadians and that available for it. Futures. Let's see. To win series, season awards. Do we have to make playoffs? No. I don't know if books are offering playoff odds right now for the Blue Jackets. Maybe FanDuel is. Maybe FanDuel is. Let's take a look. That's definitely something. Definitely something that's interesting there. Let's take a look. Playoff pursuit. They have that under that. Now I'm actually East playoffs. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, here we go. Playoff pursuit. For the Columbus Blue Jackets to make the playoffs, plus 300. Plus 300. Columbus Blue Jackets to make the playoffs. If you like it, there you go. Hell yeah. LOLC. I mean, this wouldn't be even a thing if the Habs didn't lose to the Hawks in overtime. There you go. Did you bet the Denver Nuggets for NBA? No. Red/Mariners scored 12 against two great pitchers yesterday. This is definitely an over 8.5. Okay. Reds, Mariners. Reds not to bat in the ninth. Under 9. Yeah. Especially since I'm going to assume that CBJ are going to be around minus 300 tomorrow if the Canes do not bet the. I believe there are odds for tomorrow's games if you want them. I believe there are odds for. Is there odds for tomorrow's games yet? Yes. If you like Columbus now, you can get it's minus 142 on DraftKings. Minus 180 on the puck line. I think regardless, they're going to try tomorrow. Okay. There we go. I have a post to talk about there. But yeah. Mariners over 8.5. Mariners team total under. All right. Nick giving his whole speech about how these pitchers are sneaky unders, completely ignoring Lodolo and Castro got destroyed yesterday, and both teams are hitting a ton. Okay. That's the beauty of baseball. I'm going to hammer the Canes money line tonight. Go Canes. I just saw here are players not on the ice for the Carolina Hurricanes morning skate in Montreal. No Sebastian Aho, Jackson Blake, Jalen Chatfield, Seth Jarvis, Jordan Martinook, Jacob Slavin, Jordan Staal. They're all not on the ice as well. I have a feeling everyone is going to hate the Islanders more tomorrow. Maybe. They are not, I don't think. Isaacs never assume make an asset of you. Yeah, there you go. Seth Jarvis, Sebastian Aho are playing, so we're sending good players. Yeah. Nah, I already do that often. There you go. We'll move on. We still got, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. We still got, after this, we got 6 baseball games remaining. Then we have the NBA playoff games. Then we can talk about hockey. We'll keep going. Philadelphia Phillies, San Francisco Giants, minus 140 for the Phillies, total 7.5. Taking a look at the line history in this game here. between Robbie Ray and Aaron Nola. Line opened up 135. It's now 142. So we do have a move towards Philadelphia in this game. Line opened up in an 8 at minus 120. It's now 7.5 at minus 114. Move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 55% of tickets and 85% of the cash is on them San Francisco Gigantes. Yet this last movement towards Philly, which is interesting. I backed Philly yesterday, doubled up on Philly yesterday. They took care of business. 97% of tickets, 96% of cash on the over here in this spot as well. And it's a tricky game. It really is. When you look at the Phillies here, they are off to an okay start. They're 10-7. They're currently, I believe, a game behind the Mets for the division, but we're very, very early into the season, and neither team played each other. Aaron Nola, this will be his 4th start. Soon I'll have my spreadsheet set up. I think I'll be doing that within the next few days for easier breakdowns. But Nola has been The Phillies have lost all 3 of his starts. He gave up 2 earned runs in 5 innings against the Cardinals. They lost that game 2-0. He gave up 3 earned runs in 6 innings against the Dodgers. They lost that game 3-1. And he gave up 5 earned runs on 6 hits in 5 1/3 against the Nationals. They lost that game 5-1. So he's given up every single run that the bullpens have a 0 ERA in his starts, but the Phillies have given him 2 runs of run support so far this year, and they get to go up against Robbie Ray, which Robbie Ray actually looks okay. He struggled in his first, if you want to call it that, 5 1/3, 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Since then, he went 6 innings against the Mariners, only giving up 1 earned run, and he only gave up 1 earned run against the Yankees, only 4 innings pitched, but that was the game that ended in 6 innings. And I think that Robbie Ray can pitch well in this game. This line's dropping, so the market is suggesting that this is an under. Take a look at the bullpen situation here. Philly used Alvarado last night. Strom threw 7 pitches, O'Kirkland threw 11, and Romano threw 10. Romano and O'Kirkland should be available. Ross will be available. Hernandez will be available. Ruiz could be available. Strom should be available. Alvarado, I think, is the only one that threw yesterday that probably won't be. And Banks will be as well, 45 on Monday. On the flip side, the Giants, they will have basically their full bullpen available. Randy Rodriguez has thrown back-to-back days. Hayden Birdsong threw 24 yesterday. Birdsong out of the bullpen's kind of interesting there. And Spencer Bivens threw 14, but Trevino will be available. Duvall's available. Walker's available. Miller's available. Rogers is available. I think this is an under. I think both these pitchers can pitch well. And the Phillies don't give much run support for the what do you call it? For Aaron Nola, and I see another under here in this one here. So we'll go ahead. Yeah, I'm getting even money on over on ESPN Bet. I'll take under 7.5 here in this spot in this game. Taking even money under 7.5. All right. Over 7.5 in the Phillies. Phillies run line. Love the Giants today. Love them. I have to restrain myself from overbetting the Giants. Wow. Saw lines on the NHL website for tomorrow, and those lines are pretty much darn fair. Yeah, here's the thing, though. I'm going to lay the -1 on the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow if Montreal lose. Here's the thing. Even if Montreal wins today, I still think the Columbus Blue Jackets are a good bet tomorrow because it's their last game of the season. They're at home. The Islanders are going through the motions. I still think Columbus, regardless, should be bet tomorrow. It's just whether or not I'll have less conviction if they have nothing to play for. But I think regardless of the result tonight, Columbus is worth backing tomorrow. Today's the day to hammer the Rockies. FanDuel doesn't have them, so oh no, Robert. We'll move on. Boston Red Sox, Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays -135 favorites with a total of 9.5. Major missed opportunity by being nice about that. But let's talk about it here. This line opening up with the Rays. It's -1 favorites down to a 135. So we do have a move towards Boston. Line opened up at a 9, -115. Immediately went up to a 9.5, but it's juiced towards the under now, around -125 for that under 9.5. Telling you that they're just adjusting the juice really for that one there. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, we have, where's this Red Sox line? There we go. 35% tickets and 66% of cash on the Red Sox. The line's moving towards them. Very, very intriguing market here if you are looking to back the Red Sox today. And then 80% of tickets and 79% of cash is on the over in this game. The line has moved towards the over, but it is juiced towards the unders to keep in mind. It's Sean Newcomb for the Boston Red Sox taking on Zach Littell. I'm not a fan of either of these pitchers, really. And maybe the over is the look at a 9.5. It's a minor league park in Tampa Bay that they're playing in. So definitely could see a little bit more volatility and more runs. And looking at Littell, he's coming in off of getting shelled in his last game. The Rays have lost all three of his starts so far this year. He did go 7 against the Rangers, but gave up 5 earned runs in that game. He went 4 innings against the Angels, gave up 7 earned runs. He only gave up 1 earned run against the Rockies, but they still lost that game 2-1 in that one there. It's just been rough for Newcomb so far. On the flip side, we have that's Zach Littell. Sean Newcomb has not been particularly great either. He definitely does not give me much confidence if you're looking to back the Boston Red Sox. He was okay in his last start. My bad, not okay. It looks bad. It was only 2 earned runs though for him. He gave up 6 runs, but only 2 of them were earned against the White Sox in 4 innings pitched. Definitely should have came out there with a better scoreline. He gave up 1 earned run in 4 2/3 against the Cardinals. 4 earned runs in 4 innings against the Orioles. I want the Red Sox in this game. I do not trust. I do not trust Sean Newcomb at all. And maybe that is I want to fade Zach Littell then, or maybe I just want to fade both of them, and maybe I just take an over in this game. Maybe it's a first 5 over because I think these bullpens can be okay. The first 5 is a 5 at -115. The full game is a 9.5, a 9 juice towards the over, 9.5 juice towards the under. The Red Sox team total is a 4.5 at plus money. I think all are decent options. I don't know if I'm moving on any, but it's Red Sox or no bet for me if I'm betting this game. It's over or no bet for me if I'm betting this game, but I don't think I'm getting involved with either. Or maybe it is just Red Sox team total over. I don't know. Maybe yesterday was the spark the Red Sox needed to get their runs, to get their bats going, and maybe they have a good game here. What's the weather like in this game? I'm really, really on the fence here, taking this team total over. The wind's blowing in 8 miles an hour, but it's blowing in. It's a 7:00 game. I have time to think about this one here. Let's see how these early games go potentially, and I might take the Red Sox team total over in this game. Just a small lean though. Might add to it later. The Red Sox have a hard time hitting, except last game. I've made a good bid on Red Sox team total unders last week. All right. Everyone's going to bet Josh Giddey today. I won't. Fair. What happened yesterday when everyone bet Ben Churro? Fair. Covered the NBA yet? Not yet. We will be talking about that in a couple games. This game feels like there should be a play, but I can't find one. Yeah, it's Red Sox and over or something along those lines, but not what I'm betting. Aho, Blake, Chatfield, Jarvis, Martinook, Stahl, and Slavin. Players not on the ice. Yeah, if that's the case, then it's Montreal tonight, unfortunately. But we'll move on. And I have a feeling that Montreal game is just putting everything through a blender for me. And I think I might just end up with Montreal, maybe. But we'll move on. The New York Yankees taking on the Kansas City Royals. Minus 145 for the Yanks. Going for the sweep against these Kansas City Royals. Chris Bubik taking on Clark Schmidt. Schmidt making his first appearance of the season. Line opened up 154 for the Royals. It's down to a 131. So market suggesting that the Royals are very live in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8 now, so it expects Bubic to pitch well, which Bubic has been pitching well. 79% of tickets and 79% of cash on the Yankees. Lines moving against them. 67% of tickets, 67% of cash on the over. Lines moving towards the under in this game here. This will be the first appearance of the year for Clark Schmidt. He had an injury during spring training. On the flip side, Chris Bubik has looked phenomenal this season out of the bullpen, and he's slowly becoming somebody I potentially want on my rotation. His last game, he gave up 2 earned runs. It was the first earned runs he gave up all year long. 6 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 6 innings pitched against the Guardians. He went 6 2/3 shutout innings against the Orioles. He went 6 innings shutout against the Brewers in his previous 2 starts. And why am I not interested in the Royals in this game? I mean, I am. Don't get me wrong. I want to take a look at bullpen usage, see whether this is a first 5 play or a full game play. They used Evan Sisk, Angel Zerpa, and Stephen King yesterday. All should be available because they hadn't pitched the previous few games. Daniel Lynch had yesterday off. John Schreiber had yesterday off. Lusa Gersig had yesterday off. Chris Stratton had yesterday off. So this looks like a pretty fresh, ready to go bullpen. And for the Yankees, their top 2 arms are not available for today. Luke Weaver and Devin Williams are the 2 that threw yesterday for the Yankees. They've now thrown back-to-back games in 3 games in the last 4 days. They are not available, but Tim Hill will be. Again, Hamilton will be. Fernando Cruz will be. Mark Leiter will be. Ryan Yarbrough and Gomez as well. But you're missing your top 2 relievers that won't be available for this game. I want to fade you. Full game rather than first 5. I think Bubik comes out here, pitches good. And then we see something on the lines of Schreiber, Urseg, and maybe Estes close out this game. And I think the Royals win this baseball game and salvage a sweep here, salvage the last game of the series. I'm getting plus 135 over on ESPN Bet. Yeah, give me the Royals in this game. I think this is a good spot for Kansas City to salvage this series and avoid getting swept. This is a good matchup for them. Very similar to fading Spencer Strider earlier in the day. This is Clark Schmidt's first appearance of the regular season, and I think that he could be a little bit vulnerable in this game. So yeah, I'll take a dog shot here with Kansas City in this one. Plus 135 with the Royals in this game for me. Let's see. There you go. I'd like to collab with y'all on a 2-leg player prop parlay in the NBA. If you had to look at that, y'all really like. Been here the whole show, brother. Can't comment with work. You're all good. I'll be straight up. I don't pay attention to player props and stuff along those lines. So I'm not much of a help for that. For the NBA at least. Unfortunately, that's just not my forte. Royals money line, love it. Yankees team total over, don't hate that either. Just saw odds for Houston, Golden State. Warriors are minus 195. Jesus. Do we take a shot at Houston, Tim? Move on. The Oakland Athletics taking on the Chicago White Sox. Minus 150 for the White Sox with a total for the Athletics with a total 7.5. Never will the White Sox be minus 150 favorites this year. Ever. Let's take a look at the line history here between Jonathan Cannon and Oswaldo Bido. Line opened up at a 131, minus 145 for the Athletics. It's now minus 152. Line opened up at an 8, it's down to a 7.5. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Athletics. Taking a look at the pitching matchup, my bad. Let's head over to the cash flow first, where we have 84% of tickets, 87% of cash on the Athletics. The line is moving towards them. 96 and 93 on the over. We have Beto, Beto is one of those pitchers I kind of like. He's looked okay so far this year, a 3 ERA. He's gone 5 innings in all 3 games. He's given up 2 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run against the Rockies, the Padres, and the Mariners. So he's been pretty decent, but other than the Padres, he's faced relatively easy offenses. On the flip side, we have Jonathan Cannon. And he started off the year okay. He shut out the Angels in 5 innings in his first start of the season. Then he followed that up with 3 earned runs and 3 2/3 against the Tigers, so not great. And then he got bombed against the Guardians, giving up 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 5 1/3 against Cleveland. And for me in this game, I mean, I have no interest in this one here. I don't want the Athletics at this price. I just don't. I like this Athletics team in general. I don't like them as a road favorite, though. I think there would be value when they're home dogs rather than road favorites. So small lean towards the White Sox early in this game, maybe. Not one I'm getting involved with, though. We'll talk. Next game will be an interesting one to talk about. Just bet on a correct score. All right. Go A's. Run it back -1.5 first 5. All right. Deciding between A's team total and -1.5 or even the over 7.5. Fair. I just don't see enough of an edge for me to go ahead and attack it. We'll keep going on here. Yeah. We have the LA Angels road favorites against the Texas Rangers, which could mean one thing and one thing only. It's Patrick Corbin Day. -125 for the Angels, total of 9.5. We know everybody will love the Angels today because it's Patrick Corbin on the mound. Line opened up 112 for the Angels. It's now -130. A big move towards the Angels. Line opened up 9 and even money. It's now 9.5 at -105. So move towards the over here as well. We have 61% of tickets, 71% of cash on the Angels. The line's moving swiftly towards them. 60% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the over here as well. And actually, all things considered, the Angels are not as public as I thought they would be. It is. Did I say Jose Soriano? Was it Soriano? Yes, it is Jose Soriano for this matchup here, coming in off of an amazing outing in his last game there against the Tampa Bay Rays. 1 earned run, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 7 2/3 innings pitched. He struggled against Cleveland, 5 earned runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, but 5 1/3 innings pitched. Shut down the White Sox though in his first start. No surprise there. Against good old Patrick Corbin. Corbin's made 1 start for the Texas Rangers this year. It was against the Cubs. Went 4 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks in those 4 innings. And I'm one of those where I don't like to fade Patrick Corbin now, but this guy really does suck. And maybe it was his first start of the year, so maybe we just take it easy on him. But what's his first 5 for the Angels? It's -145 over on ESPN Bet, with the run line -0.5 being -110. I'll take a look what this first 5 has done, because for the Rangers, for the Angels, actually. Ben Joyce is hurt. That's why I'm not as much of a fan of that bullpen there for them. The Rangers yesterday used Luke Jackson, Jacob Webb, and Robert Garcia and Chris Martin. But neither of them threw more than 16 pitches. So really, everyone should be available for the Rangers today. On the flip side, for the Angels, did they go through? Reed Detmers threw 21 pitches. Ryan Johnson threw 26. They should have a full rotation or full bullpen to go here. The only problem is their best arm is not available for them right now, Ben Joyce, which does give me a little bit pause on the Angels. And if you want to fade Patrick Corbin, maybe it's a team total over for the Angels. This line has moved towards the over. You're looking at -130 for an over 4.5, and maybe this is just Angels first 5 -0.5, which is -110. Do I just go with that? Because I think the Angels can get to Patrick Corbin. The line's moving swiftly towards the Angels, and it's not overly public. That usually I'd be like, yeah, let's fade Patrick, or let's back Patrick Corbin because it's very public to back him. So I'm actually going to move on the first 5 -0.5 here with the Angels. This is an Angels team I'd like to back, and I think this is an overpriced, slightly overrated Rangers team. And I'm stunned that they have the record they do, which they're 10-7. I'm stunned that the Rangers have a 10-7 record right now with the way they're playing. I think there is some regression coming in Texas. So I'm gonna move on the Angels in the spot. First 5 -0.5. I don't like fading Patrick Corbin that much, so I don't want to make this a routine this year that I'm just going to blindly fade Patrick Corbin. But when the markets kind of agree that Corbin's going to get hit here, and it's not like the most public play on the day, which I guess people don't want to really lay -125, -130 with the Angels on the road here. So I guess that's understandable. So for me, it'll be first 5 run line here, -110 with the Angels. This is the first time I've laid a first 5 -0.5 this year. My first 5 run lines have all been +0.5. But yeah, I'm going to be on the Angels first 5 -0.5 in this game. I am fading Patrick Corbin, but not loving that I am. Habs are -120 now. Wow. Mike Trout is him. This guy really does suck. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. He's going to eat all the innings you want him to eat. He'll be available every 5 days for you. That's it. His value, his best ability is availability. Halo's team total over. I was looking that way as well. If it wasn't -130, I'd be more interested. But last game on the card for the MLB, the Dodgers and the Rockies. -290 for the Dodgers, total of 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. I need to take a look at for the -300 fade here for what this is, because it opened up -300 for the Dodgers, now down to a 292. Line opened up 8.5 -110. It's now 8.5 -108. Looking at the cash flow in this game here, 93% of tickets, 88% of the cash is on the Dodgers. Line's moving against them, 81 and 81 on the over, and then 97-99 on the run line for the Dodgers. So obviously the Dodgers are getting bet to oblivion here in this spot. I've been on the Rockies the last 2 days. Yes, I'm aware. Let's take a look at what the situation is for this game. And on all my books, they're -300. -319 on Bovada, 305 on Bet365, 319 on Caesars, 310 on DraftKings, 300 on ESPN, 325 on Fanatics, 310 on FanDuel, and 300 on BetMGM. So yes, this is yet another -300 fade. For the 4th time this year, I'm betting the Rockies on a -300 fade. +255 full game, +210 first 5. We'll be right back on the Rockies here today. Yes, I'm aware. I'm well aware, and I've been told multiple times that it's not off to a good start. 0-6, down 6 units is not a good start to the -300 fade. They win today, and we're back within a little bit more than a unit down. And I think over the long term now, I think there's always one team that kills the record, because when they're -300 favorite, when their opponent's -300, they just get dominated. The Rockies might be that team, like the Athletics a couple years ago, like the White Sox last year, that ruined the first 5 full game -300 fade money line, or -300 fade profitable, like the margins. They might be that team that ruins it this year a little bit, because usually if you remove one team from the -300 fade, it generally does much better, because there's always one team that just can't win for anything. Maybe that's the Rockies this year. Regardless, I'm still going to bet it, because it's my favorite angle over the last couple of years. And am I going to get shit for it? Yeah. Are people going to make fun of me for doing it? Yeah. Am I going to continue to do it? Absolutely. So -300 fade here for me, +210 first 5, +255 full game, Colorado Rockies. Rockies +253 money line heavy, because no, don't do that. Rocks team total over. I can see that. Do something for once, Rockies. Rockies +1.5, +130. That's not a bad line there. Blue Jays money line dropped 15 cents. Whoa, really? I like the sound of that. Yeah, I'm seeing plus 110 over on Bet365. I beat a 10-cent line movement on that. Love that. I should have been taking advantage of the Rockies team total unders, but it's too late now. Yeah. Nice. I got plus 125. Yeah, hell yeah. Rockies money line. I am with you all season long. I do not care. Me too. And that's the thing is you can't just quit after a couple games. When you're doing stuff like that, you can't just quit after a couple games because it's not going your way or it's not being good or you're down money. Okay. Like I've said, and this is my promise. You guys join me all year long on the minus 300 fade. It will be profitable. It'll be very profitable. Don't read too much into the first 3 games that we've done it. Because if you do, then you're never going to want to do it anyway. So, with that being said, let's talk some play-in basketball here in this one. The Chicago Bulls, the Miami Heat. Let's take a look at the market history. Let's take a look at the cash flow and things along those lines here in this one. Let me switch over on covers as well to the NBA. I did not move on either of the games yesterday. I didn't like them. I'm going to force action just because it's playoffs of the NBA. So into it here. The Chicago Bulls are taking on the Miami Heat. The Bulls are -1 in this game, total 219. The Bulls finished the season 39-43. They were 44-37-1 ATS. They were 18-23 at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. The Miami Heat finished 37-45. They're 39-42-1 ATS. And they finished 17-23 on the road this year. Miami enters the play-ins winning 6 of their last 10 games, however, losing 4 of their last 6. They're coming in off of a loss against the Washington Wizards where nobody cared in that game because the play-in had already been decided for that one there. The Chicago Bulls are coming in playing some good basketball. They've won 3 in a row and 6 of their last 7 heading into this game. Their only loss was against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This line opened up at a -1. It's still a -1. Line opened up at a 224.5 down to a 219.5 here. Let me take a look at money lines just because this is such a small number that I think the money lines are easier to do. Line open up 120, still a 120. So no line movement here on Chicago whatsoever in this game. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one, we have 71% of tickets, 72% of the cash is on the Bulls. This line's not moving. 68 and 65 on the money line for the Bulls. Line's not moving. Tells me that the books are taking the Chicago Bulls money and they do not give a fuck. They don't. They'll take all the Chicago Bull money you want to give them because they're not going to move the line, and they haven't moved the line at all. 87% tickets and 87% cash on the over as well. No shock that we're going to see overs getting bet in the playoffs. And if I do bring back my totals for the NBA playoffs, it'll probably be a bunch of unders. And maybe this is a game that does go under the total, and maybe I think this could potentially be correlated. You like Miami, you like the under. You like the Bulls, you like the over. And for me in this game, seeing the world on the Bulls and the line and the market's going, go ahead, keep betting them. We don't care. Does not give me any interest in the Chicago Bulls at all. And if you are backing the Bulls in this game, I would be very concerned with the markets in this game here. And I do think the markets are telling you the Miami Heat win this basketball game. And the Miami Heat should be bet in this game. And I'm getting even money over on Bet365. I'm going to get my NBA playoff started here in the play-ins. Miami Heat at even money. I am not buying the Chicago Bulls. And when the entire world can buy the Bulls and back the Bulls, I'm not going to do that. I think the Miami Heat are the right side in this game. I know it's going to be very unpopular, but I will take the Miami Heat in this game, and I will probably take the Hawks to beat whoever wins out of this one here because I don't really see either of these teams making the playoffs. And even if either of these two teams did make the playoffs and went up against Cleveland in the first round, have fun. That series is not making it to Game 5. So I'm on the Miami Heat to get my day started on this one here. Even money in this game for me. What about Rockies first 5? I am on the first 5 there. Sounds like a true gambler. You can't just quit because you're down money. Exactly. Ouch. LOL. Bum fights. Yeah. Happily taking the obvious Bulls -1. Fair. I may reverse -3 for the Heat. Wow. Heat money line. Love it. Bulls team total over. When looking at the market like this, I've realized I'm smarter than the markets and I should ignore them. Fair. Who's the best player on the Heat? Harrow? Probably. Bam Adebayo? Doubles. Yeah. The books give a playing game to the fish, so they lose more during the actual playoffs. That's an interesting look on it as well. We'll talk about the second matchup here. The Sacramento Kings taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The Kings are -4.5, total 214. Oh, how the Mavericks have fallen. They went from making the NBA Finals last year to probably getting bounced in the play-ins this year. This game opened up at 4.5 for the Sacramento Kings. It got up to a 5, back down to a 4.5. So a little bit of buyback on the Mavericks once it hit a 5. Line opened up at a 223. It's down to a 214. So so this total is plummeted. And I think if the Fish win anything, it'll be I know Tim was mentioning the Fish here. I think if the Fish win anything in the NBA playoffs, it'll be the overs the first 2 games here. Because these lines are plummeting, even though all the money is coming on the overs. I think both unders are worth a look, but watch both the overs hit, but then the Miami Heat win. 63% of tickets, 69% cash coming in on the Kings. Line's not really moved, and this line seems very sharp. And I really don't have too much of an interest in this game here. I think if I go into the NBA with the Miami Heat and only the Miami Heat, I am totally fine with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. That the Miami Heat could be my only play-in game that I bet here in the first 2 days here of the playoffs, because I really don't have an interest in either of these games or in either of these 2 teams. I think both these teams get bounced against Memphis in the elimination game, and I have no interest in this one whatsoever. I guess I'd lean Kings. But with that being said, is this a game I need to force? No. The Kings finished 40-42 this year, 34-45-3 ATS, 20-21 at home. The Mavericks 39-43, 37-42 3 ATS, 17-25 on the road. Not a game I'm getting involved with here. I guess it's a slight lean towards the Kings, but definitely not what I'm betting. Then team total under. Okay. Kings -4.5. Kings -4.5. Under. Kings ain't winning this game. Whoa. All right. I don't trust the Kings, though, so I just threw this worthless second chance promo at it. Okay. If I'm playing, I'm laying. That's fair. Kings beat the Grizz. All right. Fair. But we'll move on to what everybody wants to talk about here. Let's get into it. And we'll start with the most important game on the card today. The Montreal Canadiens are taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a pick'em, total of 6 in this game. I need to take a look at what the actual number is now, because this line, I believe, is definitely moved back and forth. And there we go. I believe we're going to get a Carolina Hurricanes team that's probably not trying tonight. And I think the more and more I think about it, the more and more I believe efforts in this spot. They only need a point in this. They only need a point. Is how many of these games are playing tonight? Because we saw for the morning skate a whole laundry list of Carolina Hurricanes not on the ice for morning skate. Now, was it an optional morning skate or was it a mandatory morning skate was the question. And we see the question We good? There you go. I am not betting this game yet. Who starts? If everybody's sitting out for Carolina, I wanted the Montreal Canadiens. Looking at the lineup here, there's no way they called him up and they're not going to have him on the lineup. Worst question is, does Aho play? Does Jarvis play? Does Niemi play? Does Svechnikov play? Does Blake play? Does Stahl play? Like, we saw a list of players not playing in this game. So I'd love to be able to break this game down more. Question is, if it's leaving us to wonder who's playing in this game, do we just bet the Canadiens and move on? And if the Canadiens lose, then we bet the Blue Jackets tomorrow. I think regardless, you bet the Blue Jackets tomorrow. It's our last game with this whole situation for this year. To pick them, I think I move on Montreal in this game. I think Montreal takes the last playoff spot. But how much fun would it be to have some chaos here? And that's the ultimate question. Does who do you call it want chaos? The NHL want chaos on the last day, and potentially a chance where one of the games could be meaning something here. I mean, how much would the NHL love it if the Blue Jackets Island game means something tomorrow, and that they can the storyline into a playoff spot, into the playoffs? There's so many angles you can take in this game, and I think the ultimate answer is I'm not going to bet this game. It's pretty simple. If the Canadiens lose tonight, I will be betting the Columbus Blue Jackets right away on the -1 line. I will right away bet the Columbus Blue Jackets to win that hockey game tomorrow against the Islanders. But with that being said, I don't think I'm getting involved in this game tonight. So it's a pass for me because on one hand, I want to be able to bet the Columbus Blue Jackets tomorrow. On the other hand, I'm sitting with the Hurricanes under 100.5 points. So I'm twisted both ways. Not a game I'm going to get involved with. Simple pass. Not a simple pass, a very difficult pass. But if Carolina wins in regulation, the Columbus Blue Jackets on the -1 line tomorrow is a must bet. It's a must bet. But until then, not a game I'm getting involved with. Correct score, Hurricanes 3, Habs 2 in 60 minutes. The Canes B squad is going to work hard. Okay. 24-1. Bye, Nick. Ivan Demidov, goal and assist. LOL. Good. Yeah. Bulls win by 5.5. Jeez. Okay. Good luck. Jesperi Kotkaniemi 4-1 versus its former team. Canes puck line. Draw spot. I can see a draw spot. All the Canadiens need. All the Canadiens need is a point. How is the NHL going to make the Canes win? Explain. I mean, they can't make them win. They can't make them do anything. But wouldn't be surprised if maybe if the NHL wants a game on the last day of the regular season to matter and get the ratings up on Blue Jackets, Islanders, maybe you get a couple questionable calls in favor of Hurricanes. Maybe something along those lines. I'm not. That's the ordeal. USA baby is the answer. I mean, CBJ playoffs. Playoffs go. Habs trying to catch up and fail. Fair. All the Habs need is 1 point. Over 6, I can see that. Heat cannot win this game. Why not? Why not? Why can't the Heat win? We'll move on, though. And I believe we have 5 other games that do not matter. And we are going to be betting first period and full game overs. Let's get into it. The Anaheim Ducks taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets are locked in. They know their first round matchup now, and it will be the St. Louis Blues. They will be getting them in the first round as the President's Trophy winner. The Blues won last night, and they got the 8th seed. So we know exactly who will be playing who in the Western Conference. We have all the Western Conference matchups. It'll be Jets versus Blues. It'll be Avalanche versus Stars. It'll be Wild versus Golden Knights. And it'll be Oilers and Kings. So we have our matchups for the Western side of the playoffs. And we have them for the Eastern side other than the last one there. We know it's going to be Ottawa, Toronto. We know it's going to be Florida, Tampa Bay. And we know it's going to be Carolina, New Jersey. And it's either going to be Washington versus Columbus or Washington versus Montreal, depending on how the last few games play out. So basically, every other game does not matter. And it'll be the case of I'm going to be betting a lot of first period and full game overs over the next 2 days. And I'm currently going ahead and shopping around and grabbing all these first 5 full game overs right now. So I can go ahead and do that. And I might add some sides because there might be some interesting sides to go ahead and back as well. But I'm just right off the rip, just going to go ahead and grab these overs real quick so I can get the best available numbers on all of them. And then we can start talking about sides in this one as well. Wow, that's a little bit juicy, but sometimes you got to lay $1.40. That's ridiculous. And then it's a 6.5 minus 120 for that last game. All right. Cool. Let me lock in these first period full game overs, and we are all set there. All right, cool. I am on the first period and the full game over in this game. Shocker. I know. And looking at the side of this one here, I have a feeling that the Ducks, they're coming in off of the overtime game last night. This is, I believe, the last game for them on the year, obviously, because they play tomorrow and they played last night, and the last game of the season is tomorrow. The last day of the season is tomorrow. So this is the last game for the Anaheim Ducks this year. They're on the road. I think the place that would have been best to back them would be at home if it was the last game there. So ultimately not a game I want to get involved from the side in. It's just first period over, full game over, which the first period minus 120 on Bet365, the full game minus 125 on DraftKings for that one. Oh shit, tinfoil hat shit. There you go. Bulls ain't that good, Lex. Stop inflating them. All right. Quack, quack. Ducks money line. Yeah, I can see that. Thought City sounds like 446 with that comment. Fair. Alex Killorn point. There you go. We'll keep it going here. I'm on the overs on the rest of the games here. We have the New Jersey Devils taking on the Detroit Red Wings, minus 125 for the Wings, total of 5.5 in this game. This is, I believe, the last game of the year for basically all these teams. If you're playing today, you're not playing tomorrow. No team ends on a back-to-back. So that's something to keep in mind as well. So this is the last game of the season for them. I think this would be New Jersey or no bet if I'm looking at a side in this game, because you would think the Devils want to go into my bad. There's only one team playing back-to-back the next today and tomorrow, and that's Carolina. Carolina is the only one that still has 2 games remaining on their schedule. Everybody else only has 1 or none. I think this could be a spot where the Devils maybe want to go into the playoffs with a win. The Devils are coming in to this game. They did beat Boston last night, so that is something to keep in mind. But it would be a lean towards New Jersey. I don't like that it's the back-to-back and it's the last game of the regular season for them, so maybe they take a little bit take a foot off the gas here. So not a game I'm going to get involved with the side in. So it's just a pass here for me. Pass on the side, but overs in this game here. Over 5.5 and Jets money line, then President's Trophy. They did win the President's Trophy already. That's already locked in. They don't have to win for that anymore. Over 5.5, yes. And then the Wings money line. Interesting. While the books are leaning the Red Wings, yeah. That probably tells me. Well, it's also the second half of a back-to-back for the Devils, and it probably tells me we see a couple players out tonight. 3 games remaining on the card: the Dallas Stars and the Nashville Predators. Stars minus 155, total of 6.5 in this game. Obviously, first period full game over for this one. The Stars are locked into the 2 seed. They will be playing the Colorado Avalanche to start the playoffs. I got the first period over minus 130 on Bet365. I got the full game over 6 minus 128 on FanDuel. So I am on first period and full game over for this one here. And for me, looking at a side, I'm not interested. This would probably be Nashville or no bet in this game if I am looking at the side, though. Nashville, this is their last home game of the year. This is their last game of the year. Dallas is coming in. Here's the thing, though. Wow, have they really? Maybe Dallas needs a win heading into the playoffs because they have lost 6 in a row. Here, and do you really want to lose 7 games in a row heading into the postseason? They lost to Pittsburgh, at Minnesota, Vancouver win heading into the playoffs. Maybe this is not Nashville money line. Maybe this is Dallas -1. But I'm not trusting them here in this spot. It's just overs for me in this one. And it might just be just an overnight for me, and that's it. Because I don't know how much I'm going to get involved in the sides in these games. But this feels like Dallas may need a win heading into the playoffs. You don't want to go into the postseason losing 7 in a row. So maybe this is the game where they put an end to that and they go out there and get a win. So maybe this is Dallas -1. Damn, what is this? Could this be Dallas -1? Do we have injury concerns with them? Or looks like Lindell's resting, Marshman with an illness, Harley's resting. Yeah, no, they're missing a couple of their top defensemen. Nope, I'm good. I don't need to back the Stars here in this spot game. It's just overs for me. Overs. Let's see. Carolina, last 5 games mean nothing. LMFAO. They using backups. And yeah. Going through the motions. Yep. Red Wings will make the playoffs next year. Maybe. I wasn't saying they would win it. I'm saying that they would receive it. Or did they already receive it? They've already won it. They've already won the President's Trophy. Dallas doesn't care about winning. No way Dallas -155. Preds money line. Yeah. Dallas money line. Preds are terrible, though. They can't score. I don't know what to do with Dallas right now. They're missing a couple of their guys. And I have really no interest in that there. But we have 2 games remaining on the card. Vegas Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks last game at home here. The Vegas Golden Knights are coming in off of an overtime game against Calgary last night. Maybe this is a Vancouver spot. If you're looking at a side in this game, it's first period, full game over for me in this one as well. 2 teams with nothing to play for. The Vegas Golden Knights, they are locked into the Pacific Division crown, and they are locked into playing the Minnesota Wild. The Vancouver Canucks are done. This is their last home game of the year, though, so maybe they step up in this game. Maybe Vegas doesn't care. And wouldn't shock me to see Vegas resting a bunch of their players again heading into the playoffs. They will get the Minnesota Wild, which I think the Wild are kind of live in that series a little bit. Maybe this is Canucks. Maybe this is Canucks or no bet. But I have time to decide if I want to add the Canucks or not. It's be Canucks or no bet, but it's just gonna be overs here for me. First period and full game over. I like the under 6.5. I disagree. Did they receive the physical trophy? I have not a clue. Draw spot, VGK, Canucks. Yeah, maybe. Canucks and reg, Canucks money line. Yeah, I'm very interested in the Canucks. Very, very interested in the Canucks. Move on. Last game of the card, the San Jose Sharks and the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers -210 favorites, total of 6.5. Last game in the Shark Tank for this season. And then they can mercifully put the season to an end. The San Jose Sharks are 20, 49, and 12 this year, 52 points, 9 worse than the Chicago Blackhawks for the worst record in the NHL. So it's been a dreadful season for them there. Maybe they want to end it with the win. It's overs for me again in this spot. Team total, or first period over, full game over, -140 for the first period. A little juicy there, but -120 for the full game for the 6.5. Maybe this is Sharks team total over as well. But do I really want to triple up on a spot here? No, I think this is a game. This is a night where you sit back, you hope for you sit back, relax, and hope for some goals. I think we're going to be doing that tomorrow as well. You sit back, relax, and root for goals, and that is it. to end the NHL season. Maybe you take Columbus -1. You take Buffalo tomorrow. Maybe there's some spots today where you take the home teams. You take Nashville, you take Vancouver, you take San Jose to get a win at home before the season ends, something along those lines. But not a game, no sides I'm going to get involved with today, just overs in this one here. Sharks and Reg, I could see that. Last game to bet Celebrini props, yeah. Did better than last year, no? I would need to look. Feels like they did worse. 52 points this year. What was it last year? The Sharks last year finished with, I believe, the worst record in the NHL. They had 47 points. Yeah, no, they were dreadful last year. It's crazy. Montreal or Columbus will make the playoffs. Both of them finished last in their division last year. It's crazy. And the Western Conference is the same, basically the same as last year, other than Nashville it was replaced by Minnesota, and Vancouver was replaced by St. Louis. Other than that, it was the exact same. Last game to bet the Fresh Prince props. Yep, French Prince of San Jose, Will Smith. But that is everything for today's games. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. One more chat. Holy shiz, that's bonkers. Yeah. But that is everything for today's games. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB. But that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. We'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.